We had a great this week at Bungie this past week, and real quick, I only made one video last week. I wanted to cover this. I had a really rough week and weekend. We got a new puppy 2 weeks ago, and sadly, she passed away over the weekend. She got really sick. We did everything that we could. Heartbroken and sad, man. I'm getting back to content though. It's been rough. Thank you for your patience. When reading this week at Bungie, it got me thinking. Instead of reading it line by line and giving some commentary here and there, which I've done before, I want to dive a little bit deeper into certain things that excite me, break them down a little bit, what they can mean, explore them. Of course, we don't know for sure how it's going to play, but I do want to show certain things that I believe could be pretty powerful, or at least worthy of trying once we get them. It's always fun to theory craft. There's going to be some things that excite you that I'm not going to cover today, but that doesn't mean I'm not excited for them too. Like, I'm really excited about the Nova Warp changes, but I'm not going to be covering that in this video. There was so much to talk about, I wanted to dedicate some time to 3 things I think are going to be interesting. Again, there's a ton in there to look forward to, good things like separate melee actions and so on, but before I get into my top 3, quick side note. There's one thing I want to explore real quick, that's the knee slide nerf. I'm just going to play this clip on repeat in the background. We're not going to know until we get it in our hands, and honestly, if you're a good player, you're going to be fine. It's no big deal. Now, if you run in a straight line with your shotgun in hand every single game, you're going to be in trouble, or at least possibly in trouble. The player in that, quote, movement, skill gap, regardless, whatever, it's going to require a little bit more gun skill. For this nerf, all we can do is analyze it on paper. And that knee slide has been the forefront of game mechanics for years. There's been no penalty for doing it, they changed that. The goal of this slide change is to slightly reduce the effectiveness of sliding into engagements to gain the upper hand. Sliding into every engagement with a shotgun or any weapon is still incredibly effective. Run and gun playstyles are very low risk. This is a change that looks a little bit scarier on paper than it feels in practice, in our opinion, Bungie. They're going to continue to monitor, so they did -20 stability while in knee slide, -20 stability plus 15% shotgun pellet spread, and 1.5 times flinch. So on paper, in game, I look at it like this, -20 stability, you can work with that. It's whatever. If you really want, slideways will offset that. Slide shot, firmly planted is going to offset, and then also firmly planted gives accuracy to combat that 50% shotgun pellet spread. Do I think that those perks are going to be necessary? No, probably not. But the most important thing I see is the 1.5 times flinch. That's quite a bit. Things like unflinching are really good right now to have on your base armor, but even more so with this nerf. Shotgun unflinching specifically. Already right now, while knee sliding, a shotgun shot, a pull shot, hand cannon, whatever you're getting hit by can get you knocked off because of the flinch. It's going to be even more with this. Something to pay attention to when this comes out, gameplay-wise, just looking at it. The most important thing is that knee slide around a corner is one of the best ways to combat sniping or laning with a player, let's say, using a scout or a pulse. That way, you're moving out of cover, they have to move their crosshair from that cover and track you. With the nerf, you're kind of punished for doing that, taking more flinch from that scout or sniper as you're coming around the corner. That's the most jarring thing with the nerf on paper to me. We're gonna see how it plays, but onto my list in no particular order. Number 1, Bottom Tree Dawnblade. I've always wanted this subclass buffed for a long time. I play it from time to time, and this one excites me. Phoenix Dive. They reduce the delay before the diving starts, can now input a direction to dive in that direction, similar to Shadow Dive. Refresher on Phoenix Dive now. While in air, you quickly descend to restore health, and while in super, you cause a little area of effect explosion. The restored health is huge, it always has been. It pretty much aligns with the Worm Husk health. It's a good amount that you get, and it's pretty much on demand. There's a small cooldown, but you can do it a ton. Going in and out of gunfights, getting that health back with these changes, it sounds like it's going to be just like Shadow Dive. Currently, it does take a long time for you to activate it, go straight down. There's a long animation at the top, and there's a long superhero landing at the bottom. Reducing that delay is going to help a ton. Burst Glide's going to fit well with it, but multi-directional, reduced delay, and health back, there's a lot to like right there. Like, you know how Revenants jump around a corner and Shadow Dive away? That could be better with Bottom Tree Dawn. And I foresee the same thing happening, same playstyle, but with health. Very good change for both PvE and PvP, evasive, and I would assume it's still going to get health after you dive. If not, it's still going to be great. But the second part, Igniting Touch. Solar ability kills and kills on burning targets now cause targets to explode and burn other nearby enemies, and they're also going to explode if they die while burning. Your charged melee deals 120 damage and puts a burn on an enemy, meaning you can follow up with another lethal attack and get that explosion. Similar to how you can do that with Bottom Tree Hammers. If you hit them with an incendiary grenade, while they're burning, you get a final blow with your primary weapon. It's going to drop a sunspot. And as a side note, it's going to be more effective with Dawn Chorus. Great addition. I'm interested in a couple things. It sounds like it's going to have similar effect like the necrotic grips, spreading like wildfire, igniting enemies, them exploding, igniting others. It means that your melee is going to be very important, and also your grenades, because anytime you defeat that burning enemy, they're going to explode, put a burn on the other one's Claws of Ahamkara, Sun Bracers with solar nades. Straight up, seasonal activities like Override, Battlegrounds, thinking back to Menagerie and so on, whatever is coming in the future, this could be really good. Like a Monte Carlo Bottom Tree Dawnblade sounds really fun, and I'm also interested to see if there's any interaction with necrotic grips. Obviously, Dawn Chorus is going to be a strong choice because it's giving you more. It also makes the super a ton better. There's a lot to look forward to with Bottom Tree Dawn, but there's no other way to put it. It's still a shame that 2 out of the 4 nodes go to the super. Just combine them, Bungie, there's still time. One makes Daybreak Projectile Seek, the other makes it last longer when you kill an enemy. In PvE, it could be special. PvP, same thing, neutral game-wise. We'll see how it plays out. The second thing I'm most excited about, the Rally Barricade for the Titan, and believe it or not, I like this. I find it very interesting. Standing behind the Rally Barricade now also provides the following weapon buffs. Plus 30 stability, plus 10 range, 50% flinch reduction. Plus 30 stability, 50% flinch reduction is huge. We use the big barricade everywhere. Wall off PvE enemies, put one up to res a teammate in PvE or PvP. But this adds something very unique. There's a place for this shield. Who's to say you can't have on something like Mida that has no distractions? That gives you 35% flinch reduction and scales multiplicatively with unflinching mods. You pop a Rally Barricade down on a choke point, or you're defending a flag point, a good spot within a rotation. While behind that barricade, you're getting the 50% reduction for the barricade. Add that with no distractions, you're at 85%. Unflinching mods are gonna get you to 100. It's something to pay attention to. That's pretty insane, and that's just Mida. The plus 30 gives it to 80 stability. If you have frontal assault going on Bottom Tree Striker, let's say, that's 100 stability, 100 aim assist, 100 flinch reduction. Pretty good. It's something I'm looking forward to trying, especially stacking no distractions with it. Now the third thing is going to be the changes to Arc Strider. Arc Staff Super, this includes the Middle Tree block. Extended passive super duration from 16 to 20 seconds. Middle Tree Arc Strider can do a lot of things other subclasses can't. The block is great, it shuts down a lot of things in the game. It means more time to run around on all trees. Middle Tree has more room to block, Raiju is going to be even better. They increased the slam detonation from 5 to 6 meters, so a larger AoE for that super smash hit. Increased damage to PvE combatants by 33%, that's a big one. The Flux can come back out, Top Tree, and with Top Tree Arc Strider, they increased the duration of Deadly Reach from 8 to 10 seconds. That goes right with Assassin's Cowl now, I went over that recently. When you get that melee final blow and dodge, you're gonna be on the same timer. Now that duration means you could dodge sooner, before a gunfight, or after you get that melee final blow, you're gonna have longer to search and use that lunge range. I like it a lot. Then a very interesting one, Middle Tree Arc Strider Lightning Weave. Dealing damage with Tempest Strike now triggers Lightning Weave. The timer can be extended by dealing damage with any weapon. Lightning Weave is great. Melee hits greatly increase reload speed. It essentially gives Outlaw, same bonus. Now you can trigger that from a distance with the Tempest Strike, and this new part, the time is extended by dealing damage with your weapon. That reload timer with that Lightning Weave could be huge because it's on all weapons. And honestly, when you break it down, this change brings the entire subclass together, makes it better, makes it more complete. Because another node is Ebb and Flow. Hit a target with an arc ability to electrify them. Meleeing electrified enemies disorients them and grants you grenade, melee, and dodge energy. So now that Tempest Strike procs as a melee, as it should, you can get Ebb and Flow, the reload, all of it working. It's gonna flow better, be more natural. Good changes for Arc Strider. And again, there are some other things like Middle Tree Hammer lasting longer on the ground, doing 50% more damage to PvE enemies. Could be really fun with Worm God. Nova Warp changes, Stormcaller changes, they all look really good, but I wanted to cover and really explore these 3 things on how they're gonna play. If you're new here, remember to hit the subscribe button, and if you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support. If you're looking for a new controller, I am partnered with Scuff Gaming. Use the link down below and my code COOL at checkout for a discount. What do you think of these 3 ability changes that I went over, and which ones are you most excited about? Thank you for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.